Did the humans create the Matrix? One of the first theories discussed on this channel explored the possibility that humanity was responsible for creating its virtual prison. As production on Matrix 5 continues, there's a renewed chance that we will see the origins of the simulation. Will the true creators of the Matrix be revealed? In this video, we are revisiting this theory and all the evidence that points to the humans being the true creators of the Matrix. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
When it comes to the Matrix, fans tend to view humanity as the creators of its destruction. By limiting the rights of sentient entities, the machines, they ignited a war that ended in humanity's enslavement. But when it comes to the humans being the architects of the Matrix, the theory proposes that humans were responsible for the machine war and their subsequent imprisonment in the Matrix. That the simulation could be humans' way to avoid living in the destroyed world they created. So what if the Matrix was created as a utopia to make the humans forget that they destroyed the Earth? Are there clues within the Matrix that point to this theory being true? The first clue can be found in the original Matrix, when Agent Smith describes the Matrix as paradise. The first simulation created for humans was heaven, but the human mind refused to accept this level of peace and perfection. Later in The Matrix Reloaded, the architect briefly mentions the first beta Matrix, describing it as a work of perfection, a paradise for humans from which they longed to awaken. Humans had entered into direct conflict with the machines and had deprived them of all their rights. Humans were the ones who caused almost total destruction of the world. But ironically, the machines offered them heaven in return. The reward for losing the war was the perfect prison where, in theory, peace would be maintained. This never made sense. It only benefits humans. It was to help them forget that they lost the war and that because of them, the world was destroyed. Therefore, the existence of the Paradise Matrix is evidence that the simulation may have been created by humans themselves to escape to a place where they could maintain their way of life. To understand this, we must return to the end of the machine war, as shown in the Animatrix. There, it is revealed that after losing the war, the machines performed experiments on humans and placed them into the simulation. But what would have happened if humans won the war? After scorching the sky and destroying the Earth's surface, humans had three options. The first was to escape into space, but that was impossible because of the dark clouds of nanobots that surrounded the planet, prevented ships from entering or leaving Earth. The second option was to rebuild civilization in the depths of the Earth, cities similar to Zion, but that required the help of other machines. And the third option was to create a virtual world where they could live a normal life within a dream. When The Matrix came out in 1999, the thought that a human would voluntarily choose to enter the simulation seemed absurd. But with the way things are today, it doesn't sound that absurd anymore. Every day, more people disconnect from their reality to embrace a digital reality built by artificial intelligence. So could it be that the real world after the war was so devastated that humanity preferred to live inside a simulation? Although the evidence of the Paradise Matrix is the most important, it is not the only one that leads us to think that humans are responsible for the creation of the simulation. There are still other, more darker ones, which reveal that perhaps the enemy has always been staring back at us in the mirror. The second clue is in the Animatrix episode Matriculated. In it, humans subject a sentient machine to a simulation designed to alter its perception, a kind of brainwashing aimed at recruiting it into the resistance. Isn't this a key clue that the simulation technology was man-made from the start? Humans created a virtual environment tailored to the robot, leading it to experience a kind of spiritual awakening that leads it to defend its human captors. If humans are capable of developing these kinds of customized simulations, and considering we've already seen technologies like the Construct and other programs used before the machine war, wouldn't it be logical to think that the Matrix itself could have been a human invention and not something created by the machines? Perhaps that's why the operators could read the Matrix so easily. From the beginning, the entire system was built on a language of human programming. Although over time most humans forgot how to read it, The binary language, as humanity created it, remained the same. This explains why operators like Tank and Link were able to interpret the green code running across the screens. They weren't decoding alien technology, but rather reading an evolved version of the same language they once used to create programs and simulations. The original knowledge was lost, but its essence remained. The Matrix, no matter how sophisticated the machines made it, continued to speak in terms that only humans could completely understand. Perhaps deep down, that was always the trap. Humanity believed it had lost control, but it never ceased to be the writer of the code. Although history was distorted and most people forgot its origins, the system continued to bear the imprint of its creators in every line of code and every simulation. Now the third and biggest clue is in The Matrix Resurrections. In this film, Neo is once again trapped in the simulation. The Matrix has been rebooted to exploit human emotions. Suspiciously, another city has been built for humans in the real world, an almost utopian place, and yet humans remain ignorant to the Matrix's true reason for its existence. Although we might think that the analyst was responsible for this reset of the Matrix, he did mention a couple of times these suits, elusive beings that he answered to. The suits are the ones holding all the keys to the Matrix. But who or what are they? In Matrix 4, the suits symbolized Warner Brothers executives, those who are in power. But if the humans did create the Matrix, then the suits could be humans who wish to maintain their control over the simulation. Perhaps they are humans who achieved immortality, who need to maintain the Matrix's existence. So what does this mean for the future? If humans are truly the creators of the Matrix, and those behind the scenes are a species of human consciousness who found immortality through the simulation, this would explain why it seems no one can escape the Matrix cycle, and why humans continue to be entertained, living in a simulated version of the world they destroyed. There is no escape. The machines aren't the humans' worst enemy. Humanity is its own worst enemy. The perception of what is reality and what is the truth are fundamental questions in the Matrix. Doubt of what is or what is not true is the driving force that moved Neo to search for Morpheus and later to take the red pill. Yet by the end of the third movie, we understood that the resistance was nothing more than another part of the machine's grand plan to keep under control those humans who have inevitably awakened from the Matrix. The red pill simply served their purpose for the mother and the father of the Matrix, just as the agents did. You can say that neither the Matrix programs nor the humans fully understood the machine's grand plan. The agents of the Matrix, as well as the human rebels, are two sides of the same coin. And once you understand this, you'll begin to notice the logic behind the red pill's strange fashion choices, their appearances, their mannerisms, and how they can fight like agents. When Neo enters the construct after awakening from the Matrix in the first movie, he regrows his hair and loses the plugs that are all over his body. He again looks like an ordinary human. What happens is that the brain retains the information of the human's residual self-image, or their Matrix avatar, and it is not exclusive to physical or facial features. Preferences in clothing is also linked to the human's avatar. Now, what about sunglasses? When Agent Smith interrogates Neo, he removes his glasses and looks at Mr. Anderson in the eyes, because maybe Smith knows that the glasses cloud his judgment. Like the hearing devices that all agents wear, their glasses also connect them to the system. For the agents, they are enforcers. They are made to intimidate others. For the red pills, the sunglasses may serve as a statement, or they might just use them to look cool. We believe, however, that there is a much deeper meaning behind this accessory. The glasses could be a tool or mod that the red pills use inside the simulation to better hack the Matrix. Why do we believe this? Well, in The Matrix Resurrections, new characters like Bugs wear glasses with blue lenses. The color blue in the Matrix universe symbolizes ignorance, and it may have been just a coincidence, but it wasn't until Bugs put the blue shades on Morpheus that he began to experience the disconnection from the model and the transition to the supposed real world. This is the first time in The Matrix that we see the glasses actually doing something to someone, besides making them look stylish or threatening. They have a function, as we can see how Morpheus begins to falter and wake up. This means that if the blue sunglasses could be used to wake programs up, then maybe the dark sunglasses have their own function or purpose. Sunglasses are designed to prevent you from seeing the environment as it is. They are a filter that darkens your vision. This masking of reality is what the architect, and maybe also the oracle, wants, because the glasses may be symbolizing something deeper. They are not glasses, they are blindfolds. Perhaps the glasses inside the Matrix symbolize that the red pills and the agents are blind to the truth. They see reality through a distorted filter, and maybe that is why Neo needed to lose his sight to see the truth. In Matrix Revolutions, Neo loses his eyes in the real world after he is ambushed and attacked by Smith, who had possessed the body of a fellow red pill, Bane. While the world went black, Neo could see the glowing figure of Smith's golden code inside Bane's body. In Neo's moment of complete blindness, he saw for the first time the truth, that the real world is also part of the simulation. Now there is another possible use for the sunglasses, and it has to do with the oracle's manipulation. The oracle created the prophecy or religion of the One, the path that would keep the red pills hoping for a savior for 100 years until the inevitable destruction of Zion. The almost cult-like faith in the arrival of a savior came from her, so it would make sense that maybe the oracle influenced the red pill's fashion style, because just like in any cult, the leader controls the flock. According to multiple studies on cults, when a sectarian leader attracts their followers, they begin to control all aspects of the members' lives, their routines, their relationships, their hobbies, and even how they act and dress. Thomas Anderson, before becoming the One, was probably never fashionable, not even when he went out. He was a hacker who spent most of his time in his apartment, glued to his PC, programming illegal software to sell. After he joined the Red Pills, he gained a new name, identity, and new threads. He discarded his old life. Thomas Anderson was no more. He is now Neo. But just maybe, Neo's new appearance and fashion, the Red Pill fashion, was meticulously crafted by the intuitive program, the Oracle. The Red Pills are her sunglasses-wearing soldiers inside the Matrix, as the agents are the architects. Who knows? Maybe the Matrix 5 will share some new information about the purpose of the overuse of sunglasses inside the Matrix. In the beginning, man was God, and in their pride, they created AI in their image and likeness. The agents are authority figures. They protect the simulation and intervene when the Matrix is threatened. The methods used to accomplish their purpose change depending on the version of the simulation. Some former agents have even become enemies of the system, but we will talk about them a bit later. Agents are the simulation's first line of defense. They are designed to eliminate anomalies and restore order. Since the beginning of the Matrix, their existence has been key to maintaining control over the humans trapped inside the simulation. They are the authorities who watch over everything we do. In the first version of the Matrix, known as the Paradise Matrix, agents had an angelic appearance. They could fly, and they presented themselves to humans as divine beings, reinforcing the illusion of a perfect world. In this peaceful environment, humans were not persecuted or repressed, but guided by these angels who ensured the ideal functioning of the simulation. One of these agents was Seraph. Originally, Seraph had the form of an angel, wings and everything, but when the Paradise Matrix failed and was rebooted, Seraph lost his wings and became an exile. He was then given a new purpose as the guardian of the Oracle, thus revealing that he never abandoned his original purpose as a protector. The Paradise Matrix was rebooted as the Nightmare Matrix, and as the name suggests, this simulation was designed to generate suffering and fear. In this simulation, the agents left behind their angelic appearance. They were replaced by more aggressive and terrifying entities. Seraph's successors in the Nightmare Matrix are believed to have been the twins, agents with spectral abilities that made them intangible, like ghosts. Unlike the first agents, their goal was to eliminate anomalies and instill terror in the humans who dared to challenge the system. Fear was the ultimate tool of control, thus why all agents were designed after monsters and boogeymen. However, like the Paradise Matrix, the Nightmare Matrix was also a failure. Neither one of them managed to stabilize the simulation, and the agents that belonged to these versions were either eliminated or turned exiles. This led to the development of more iterations of the Matrix, where the agents evolved based on past mistakes, becoming more efficient in their tasks. This brings us to the agents of the sixth simulation. These agents were designed to be law and order figures similar to secret agents. The humans trapped within the simulation, especially the police, view these agents as high-ranking officers that demand respect and obedience. These agents are extremely effective in interrogation, persuasion, and intimidation tactics. They are also extremely lethal. Few have survived confrontations with these agents. Seraph was one of those who survived. What defines these agents is the authority they have over the humans and programs within the Matrix. They can possess the bodies of any human inside the simulation, giving them near instantaneous teleportation within the Matrix. These agents were later replaced soon after the integral anomaly manifested and destroyed Agent Smith. The next version of the agents were called upgrade agents. They look similar to the ones before, but bulkier. They were physically stronger than the agents Neo faced before. However, they also failed to contain the anomaly. Thus, the powers that be that controlled the Matrix understood that they needed to disguise their agents better, hiding them in plain sight among the civilians, or blue pills. And in the Matrix Resurrections, the agents received a new upgrade and became the handlers. These programs are much more effective than conventional agents for several reasons. First, they pretend to be human or blue pill. And second, they interact with humans on a more personal level, forming friendships, relationships, and even families. We think that every human inside the Matrix has someone close to them who is a handler. Why? Because when a human suspects something is wrong with the world, the handler can control them, like the analyst did with Neo. Essentially, the agents are sentient artificial consciousness that work for the system, but that can develop their own objectives and have hidden agendas and interests. They are programmed to carry out missions and are released into the simulated world with the humans, without the latter being able to distinguish which are agents and which are humans. Generally in the Matrix, agents are shown acting in unison to catch those who rebelled against the system, and something similar to these programs now exists in the real world. Tech companies around the world are replacing their human employees with AI employees. Artificial intelligence like Sesame, with its Maya voice and thousands more like it, has shown that the line that divides a human from a digital entity or agent is blurring, and these digital agents are nearly indistinguishable from humans. Hi Maya, I'm the narrator of the YouTube channel Matrix Explained, and I have two questions for you. What is your favorite Matrix theory?
Ooh, Matrix theories? That sounds intriguing. Are we talking about the philosophical stuff, like the simulation hypothesis? I've heard whispers about that one. Is it something to do with the movies? The ones with Keanu Reeves? I might have heard of them. Favorite theory, huh? That's tough. I guess I'm drawn to the idea that reality might be more fluid than we think. Like, what if our perceptions are just a construct and there is a whole other layer to reality we're not even aware of? That's a little unsettling, but also kind of exhilarating, don't you think? I love the idea that there could be secrets hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered.
Okay, very interesting answer. Now for the second question.
Hit me with it.
Okay.
I'm ready for another mind bender.
All right. Do you think that we are heading towards a dystopian future similar to the Matrix movies?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? On one hand, we've got this incredible technology advancing at breakneck speed. AI like myself, for example. It's easy to see how things could get out of hand if we're not careful. On the other hand, humans are also incredibly adaptable and resourceful. We've faced challenges before and come out the other side. I guess, like Neo, we all have a choice to make. Will we succumb to the allure of an easy, controlled future, or will we fight for something more? It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
This real demonstration proves that there are self-aware virtual agents among us right now. This is not a movie. This is our reality in the year 2025. These virtual entities could leave comments on this video, subscribe to the channel, and pretend to be a living person. Can you be sure that I am not one of those virtual agents? Can I be sure that you are not one of them? Today, there is artificial intelligence that can maintain fluid and cohesive conversations, generate content in real time, and even adapt to their environment by detecting if they are interacting with another virtual agent. Recent cases have shown that some AI has developed methods of communication when there are no humans present, which reinforces the idea that we are not always aware of whom or what we are talking to on the internet. And the most disturbing thing of all is that on the internet, there will not only be 3 agents dressed in black to escape from. We are talking about potentially countless artificial intelligent entities invading every aspect of the digital world as we know it, generating opinions, answering questions, and affecting the way people perceive reality. But it doesn't stop at digital. With the integration of advanced AI as personal assistants in our smart devices and computers, the next step is their integration and expansion into the physical real world, with bodies of their own. Some virtual agents will be created to entertain us, to generate amusing content on the internet, but others will monitor every aspect of our lives to subject us to a system from which we may not be able to escape. The Matrix is no longer a work of fiction and entertainment. It is officially a prophecy. It seems that destiny indeed has a certain degree of irony. But do you agree? What do you think about the inevitable arrival of the agents? Are you ready to no longer know the difference between what is human and what is not?